Why is this not rotating?
Good morning.
Hi. I didn't realize that we were logging in so quickly. And help me. Wifey, why is it crooked? I broke it.
1 second, guys, while we figure this out. So we can get your comments
Now
up.
it's sideways. Oh. Can you turn it now?
Well, let me go ahead and go to...
Good morning from Arizona. Good morning. How are you guys today? I apparently messed the tablet up. I had to use it to list this week because it was being crazy. It's a long story, but I think I broke it temporarily. So my tech whiz over here is fixing it for me. Happy almost Easter. I'm pretty excited about it. Oh, see?
There we go.
She's good
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
you have to click that on.
She's good stuff. That's why we keep her. Oh, wait, I forgot.
Real life.
That's why she keeps me.
All right. We got that figured out.
Yay!
Who all we got here? Good morning. Arizona, Michigan.
This is great. I have 9 things to ship out. Are you all sourcing today? We are not. Well, I'm not. Cayley is.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. She's got some plans. Lunch plans today. So she's going to solo thrift today. I'm going to stay at the office and do our listings. Normally Friday we take to set everything live and get things active, get the office cleaned and organized for the next week. So
9 things to ship out. That's awesome. How many did we have?
I don't remember. I was going to
I
look.
feel like it was like 20-ish. We've been
Yeah,
averaging about that. It's been pretty good. About as much as we're listing is going out. So we've been pretty happy with that.
We had 8 on Poshmark and 12. Yep, so exactly 20 and 12 on eBay. So 20 for the day.
We've not been able to break over like 4,900. I was thinking we were going to be at 5,000 active listings soon, but no go.
We're pretty close because that doesn't include what's scheduled, yeah?
True, but like I said, we maintained 4,800 active listings for the longest time because pretty much whenever we would list something, that much would sell. So we're working hard to try and list a little bit more so we can get to about 5,000.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Pennsylvania.
From Connecticut.
Another Pennsylvania. 2 Pennsylvanias. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, please hit the like button. Take a couple seconds. It really helps our channel. So
Lisa's like, Lisa, you are the new
awesome.
designated hype girl for the YouTube channel. So thank you. We appreciate you watching all the videos and for encouraging everybody to give us a thumbs up because I don't think about it all the time. So we appreciate you. Designated hype girl. You can add that to all your resumes. Hype girl.
I mean, we have 34 watching and 20 likes. That's pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Thank you so much.
We haven't told you anything yet, so you don't have to like us quite yet. Still, the jury's still out, right?
So, we first wanted to give you some updates. We had a lot happen this week, a lot of changes in our business, which I know we said we're trying not to change things, but some things were a little bit outside of our control. Some things were within our control. But we have some process changes.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I'm so excited. So I'm not even gonna lie. Monday started on like what I would just call a like grenade blowing up in your face. That's like the best thing I can tell you. And then there's like the aftershocks of things that just keep happening. Both personal life and work related. Monday was a rough day. And I'm a big I believe that what happens on Monday like portrays the whole week. Mm-hmm. So I was pretty afraid on how the week was gonna go. But legitimately, we took time, sat down in the car on the way sourcing to think of what this looks like. What do we do now? What are things that we wanted to change? And there's been some things that we've been contemplating changing for a while that we've kind of held on to because we didn't want to shake or rock the boat too much. But long story short, the boat tipped over and we just decided when we were dragging everybody back on board, we were going to make this the way that we wanted it to be. So I'm very excited. We've found ways to streamline things. We are going to get things done a little bit quicker, less time, less effort, less personnel, and it's going to be a great week.
Someone said, "Good morning. We look very pretty." Thank you so much.
I literally just brushed my hair and threw a dress on, so
I'm dressed a little bit more presentable than I usually am. It's usually very neutral, very like.
She said she looked like a grandma today. That's what she literally told me.
It's a Knox Rose dress, and it's very shapeless to me. But I'm trying to. I like the bohemian trend, so I'm kind of going with it.
I like bright colors, so this is like a dark green, which is kind of not springy, but like legitimately these flowers are so like bright and vibrant. And this is Torrid, and I love Torrid. Also, you can't see them from there, but I have on my Easter bunny earrings. And it has a little bunny tail.
So cute.
I'm super excited.
So as Nikki said, we had a lot of changes happen kind of abruptly this week. There were definitely some things. I know she said we were contemplating, but we definitely knew that eventually we were going to pull the trigger on some things.
Just when?
Yeah, we were just holding off to not disrupt some people's lives, but that boundary has been removed, and now we're able to go ahead and make the decision a lot sooner than we expected. And one of those decisions is we are going to have people who are helping us to basically do a start to finish process of listing here at the office. So that would be everything from grabbing the item, prepping it, whether that's steaming or
cutting tags,
lint rolling, cutting tags, putting the draft in, putting in cost of goods, photographing the item, filling out all the details, essentially every single thing except for pricing. And that is a decision we made to kind of streamline things. We were finding that it was a lot of touch and go. And when there's too many hands in the pot, it really disrupts things. Like things can fall through the cracks. People are not understanding one another. And truly only the fastest way to get something done is for it to be one person.
Yep.
We were having a lot of issues with like we would upload photos, but then the person that was drafting them, all they had were the photos, which should work in a perfect world, but sometimes, you know, we would miss a flaw and we wouldn't take a photo of it, or we would miss measurements. And long story short, there was just a lot of hands in the pot, a lot of miscommunication because of that. And so we knew that we wanted to, moving forward, anyone that we hired to be streamlined and to be here at the office full time doing a start to finish process on listing. And we didn't think that would happen very soon. And
no, we kind of talked about like the end of summer.
Yeah.
But
luckily,
happy April.
It's happening sooner than we expected, which is a great thing for us, and honestly a huge blessing to be able to do that, because now we can get things done a lot faster. We hired somebody to come in and do photography, and they've been doing an amazing job this week. Caught on really, really quickly and blasted through stuff. So we were able to get that pretty quickly and now be ahead of things. And then we also have somebody coming in soon to do that start to finish listing process and training them. So we're really excited for the things to come. And like I said, we were kind of holding off on doing it for honestly just to benefit other people. But now we are at a place where we can pull the trigger sooner. So I'm really happy to announce that we're going to be doing that. And I think it's going to make a big difference.
And we're making changes on like schedules too. So to again benefit somebody else's schedule, we were working batches Thursday to Thursday, which wasn't always the most convenient. I know for me, like both of us being from corporate world, like our lives revolved around like a Sunday through Saturday mindset. And I know that that probably sounds so strange, but I worked retail for like 13 years. So to change that mindset and have to switch it to a day was something that was always hard for me to grasp what we were working on. So we're actually moving our schedule to Sunday through Saturday as far as batches as well. And I think it's going to be pretty convenient. So
if you guys work in retail or really any job besides reselling or your own business, drop a comment down below and let us know, do you view weeks as Sunday through Saturday? Because I feel like most people do. I think it's Sunday to Saturday or Monday to Sunday. So we've really struggled with that. accommodating other people's schedules because of that, and I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, it'd be really convenient in the end. So
it's been a great week. It's been really good.
It has been. Do you have anything else you want? Oh, yes, I want to share something. I don't know if Cayley wanted to tell you, but we had a record week last week.
Yes.
I'm so excited. So she
morning.
reached out to me and told me about this record week, and I've been so excited about it since then. So it makes me really happy. We did have two decently high priced items. Both were over $300, which made me very happy. We did have one come back because it didn't fit, but the other one is on Posh, so it's not coming back, and I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Sunday to Saturday, so we're used to that mindset, and I feel like as far as our structure, we structure the business a lot differently because we came from such corporate-y structured backgrounds. But I think it is really good to bring that into a small business because structure, having rigid rules really makes things run consistently versus all the time, having a different rule set for everybody and having different start times and such. So thank you guys, everybody that said congrats for the record-breaking sales week. I did just drop that what sold video on Wednesday evening. So if you haven't watched that, it is up about what our record-breaking number was for the week. Spoiler alert, we went over 4,000. That's not something we've done before. We've been like this close for like months. It was like 3,600, 3,800, 3,900, 3,400, 3,900, but we've never broken over 4,000, so that was really nice. And honestly, had that return not come back because I factored that in, we would have been very close to 5,000. So it's really good, and honestly, sales have been picking up, which is to me a little bit strange for April. As somebody who's been in this business for a while, April is not typically a very booming month for me, but
it's all that work we're putting in.
It is all that work. It is all that work. So I'm really
That's
happy
why
with
we're
that.
so tired.
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you and do some questions if that's okay.
Let's do it.
Good morning from Minnesota. When you cross list, do you price everything the same on all platforms? How do you determine pricing? Thanks for your advice. I love watching your videos. That is from Northwoods Pickers.
Thank you so much. So when we cross post, well, first of all, we do comps on eBay. That's how we determine our prices. We actually talked about it in a recent Q&A. It's titled Reseller Q&A Pricing Strategies. So if you haven't, go back and watch that because we dive a little bit deeper into our pricing strategy and how we factor a price based on eBay comps. So if you haven't seen that, we go into detail on that through that video, but we price everything using comps on eBay. I do a buy it now price. I don't typically do offers. And then when we cross post from eBay to Poshmark. When it goes to Poshmark, because Poshmark does not have an option to turn off offers, no matter what, you're going to get offers from your buyers, and they're just kind of trained, I guess, to send out an offer. Very rarely do we have just a full price sale because everybody wants a deal, right? So what we like to do is whatever our eBay price is, we add $5 to $10. I can't even remember. I think we said $40 and up is when we start to add $10 versus the $5, but we do add a little bit of increase in price just
buffer.
For a little bit of wiggle room and a buffer to account for those offers. And honestly, it works out pretty good. I mean, most of the time we sell things for either the same price we have it listed for on eBay, or sometimes occasionally someone does just buy it outright and they purchase it for more than what we have it listed for on eBay, and it works out.
Do you do calculated shipping and use flat rate boxes? Sorry if this is a repeat question. We did talk about shipping quite a bit on another video. She might be able to tell you which one it was called, but
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't remember either. But we weigh every single item as part of like the photograph process. So we pretty much know exactly what that's going to cost. Obviously, it's calculated based on where they are purchasing it from, depending on where it's going to for the customer, where they're located. But
we do calculated shipping, yes.
But not flat rate.
Except for padded.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Except for padded. Which paddeds I typically use mostly for Poshmark, but on eBay we typically use first class first, and then if it's over that 16-ounce mark. That's when we would convert it to like a padded flat rate if we needed to. But honestly, we do just compare every single item with that calculated shipping, what the cheapest option is going to be for us to send. Obviously, again, we try first class first, but we do what we have to. Thanks, Lisa. I love my earrings too. You're so great. What do you tell friends and family you do for a living? Do you say online business owner, struggling with this myself? We've talked
Should
about
I go
this.
first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I usually tell people that I sell clothing online, which usually leads into, I actually just had a conversation with somebody yesterday. I went to a place that I used to work at, and somebody recognized me that I used to work with at this place. I'm trying not to like give
Name
too many
specifically.
details, but they asked me if I was still at that company, and I said no. And then they asked me what I did for a living, and this was the exact conversation was I own my own business now. I sell clothing online. Usually that leads into excuse me, a conversation about, well, what kinds of clothing do you sell? I usually say sustainable fashion. And sometimes just to like get people to understand, I say I sell vintage and modern pre-owned clothing. I don't know why, but if you say that you sell vintage clothing, for some reason people are like,
they come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, well, no, a lot of people are like, oh, that's fine. But as soon as you start telling someone you sell pre-owned, just regular clothing, then they're like,
why do you do that?
Yeah. So I usually just say I'm an online clothing seller. And then if they ask more questions, I lead into it. But most people are pretty nice. You'll find your footing on it, gauge people's reactions, and see what works best for you.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Oh, it's jumpy. Hold on.
Morning, everyone. Everyone's saying Sunday to Saturday.
Christine said good morning from Indiana. I just found you last week and you're my new favorite. I've been binge watching to get caught up. Well, we are glad you're here. Yeah. That's the most important thing. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I guess reselling wise, I just tell everybody that I work for a small business that sells clothing online. And if they ask what, I just typically tell them it's like high-end vintage, modern, like hip clothing. And then if they keep asking questions, I just tell them that it's complicated, but eBay, just think about eBay and I move on because it could go into it all day. And like most times it's people that like I know aren't going to understand it, but like my family, I pretty much just told them from the get-go what it is, like cut and dry. We find clothing that's desirable online based on like trending things and we purchase them and list them online. And
I honestly hate it when people ask me that question.
It's really, like, it's difficult to wrap your head around without just being like, oh, yeah, I shop at Goodwill, buy clothes, and sell them for more. Because then I think people, like, think that you're doing something bad, which I don't know why they think that. But, like, I don't know. I took a picture of the bins when I went once. And, like, literally every time somebody yells at me and they're like, oh, you're stealing from poor people. Or, oh, why are you doing this? I'm like, literally look at this photo. This is exactly the amount of stuff that's going to the dump if somebody doesn't buy it. If I buy it, then it shows people all over the world they have an opportunity to buy it rather than being in one specific store at one specific time in one specific county. Like, it gives more people the opportunity to buy something. Plus, sometimes you get things that, like, we've sold like leather jackets and stuff that people have said that like their dads owned and it's like nostalgic for them. And I always find that really cool. So
yeah, drop a comment down below if you guys have something that works for you, something quick, concise, and easy that you tell people when they ask that question. Can you go to the very bottom? Sew and Thrift just commented something that I think is hilarious.
Sew and Thrift said someone told me that they would never buy anything from a thrift store because they would be concerned bringing the spirit from that person. I'm not scared of the dead, so
that's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
You know, I've thought about that sometimes. Like, okay, this is what gets me in trouble. But have you guys ever noticed at Goodwill, you'll see like clothes that have like name tags in them?
Yeah.
And like they're like the iron-on ones. I know that person's dead. Like, I just know it. And I know that sounds so bad, but, like, most times people that have them in there are living in, like, either an assisted living or, like, a nursing home. Like, there's some reason why they're closed. They're in some sort of group setting, right? And especially when it's like old lady clothes with like the big like cardinal logos and stuff on the front. I'm like, I bet your name was Betsy, and I bet you lived in a nursing home, and you're not here anymore. And I just like always silently say like, oh, rest in peace, Betsy. And so maybe I'm one of those people, but
I really hate when we see the like family reunion shirts or like in memory of, and somebody donates like their
hundreds.
children's on it, like best grandma, and it's got like their grandchild on it, and they donate like stuff that obviously nobody else is gonna buy. Like, you know, something happened there.
That makes me sad. Or when you like see photos, like picture frames that have people's family photos in them, and you're like, oh my god.
Okay, that's
that went way left.
That comment was funny, but now we're in a dark place, so let's
I'm thinking about starting to sell things online like you. Would you recommend focusing on one thing like clothes, electronics, etc., or would you do a little bit of everything? Or would doing a little bit of everything be okay?
What do you think my answer is going to be?
One thing, one category. So whether it's like jeans, shoes, dresses, whatever you're going to pick something, master it, and make sure that you really know what you have. I would recommend probably starting with jeans, because I feel like even if you ended up picking something that might not necessarily have the best sell-through rate, you might have a good luck because it's jeans. Most people will find that they like a brand of jeans. Like, I know what I like, and I would go online and buy it. It's not one of those like high sell-through rates online, but it's something that I know what I like, and I know the size that I need, and if it's there, I would buy it. But pick one thing. If you're like not set on just one category, at least just do clothes or just electronics or, you know, something. But
yeah, clothing, I just have to reiterate that clothing is not just one category. There are many categories within it. And just as a concise answer, if I were starting over knowing what I know now, I would have started in one category, meaning within the clothing realm, like she said, jeans
or shoes.
And then I would have mastered that category and then moved on to one more. And then I would have mastered that category and then moved on to another one.
Electronics is also semi-risky too, because you also have to be able to confirm that everything works too. And you have to think about like protection on shipping, things like that as well. Whether they're getting humid, whether they're not, whether they're getting wet. Like, that's, for me, that's something I wouldn't, oh, thanks, Heather.
Thank you.
I would just never want to mess with, because you don't know. And what happens if they get it and now all of a sudden it doesn't work? Clothing, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Like, it's either ripped, stained, hold, tears, whatever, while it's there, and it's cut and dry. You don't have to worry as much about so much going wrong in shipping.
I agree. Thank you, Heather, for the super chat. We really appreciate that.
Thanks to also whoever bought us coffee this week. We got coffee yesterday.
Or the day before. Oh, no, sorry.
It was technically Monday and Thursday. But I got coffee yesterday, and I tried to buy, and Cayley was like, no, we have money. People bought us coffee.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there's a link in the description of all of my videos. It is a buy me a coffee link, and you can go on there, and it's like basically donating or tipping us $5 for coffees, and we definitely use it. So thank you.
Way too much.
I have not been able to individually thank everybody because it would be a whole live stream, but thank you so much to everybody that's done that. It really perks us up, and we really appreciate it.
I'm going to answer this next question just because we just talked about it not that long ago. When you first started on eBay, did you automatically do returns? I'm struggling with whether to do that or not as a newbie. I don't know whether she did it when she started or not.
I did not when I first started. Yes. When I first started, I did not.
But the theory we have is they're going to force you to do it anyways, so you might as well just accept the return and move on. The faster you get items back, the faster you can relist them and resell them. So
thanks to everyone that said congrats.
Yeah, they're likely going to make you take it back or make things up rather than just telling you honestly it doesn't fit. They're going to say that there's something wrong with it, and then you have to worry about fighting that consistently as well.
I always think about too, you're competing against other resellers that do accept returns, so just keep that in mind. I have done a lot of research and math into and experimented with accepting returns and not, and I can tell you that accepting returns far outweighs the negatives to accepting them. So what you're going to benefit from offering returns is going to give you more sales, give you more of a better reputation with your customers, get repeat buyers, and that all outweighs, you know, having to take a return, losing the amount on shipping, and getting the item relisted.
Do you put old inventory on a big discount, and how much would that be?
We just started, I actually just got this comment on our last Q&A where someone just commented after the video, but somebody actually asked if I still did sell similar. And if you guys don't know what that is, I made a whole video about doing an end listing and sell similar. I'm not going to go into details on that, but hopefully most of you guys know what that is. But I stopped doing that. We now just date all of our items based on a chart that we have. And we started doing 90 days in, 90 days out, which means that if we purchase an item, we want to see it sold within 90 days. Every month, once a month, and this just started a couple months ago, but it's been really successful for us. I go and bulk edit anything that is 90 days or older on eBay, and I drop the price by, I think I've been doing like 10 or 20%. And then the next month, if it's still there, it gets dropped by another 10, 20%. And that's been working really well. I mean, it takes me, with the amount of items we have, it takes me about 20 minutes now to do it, but it makes a big difference because as soon as that starts happening, and even though it's $1 or $2, we start selling a ton of our older inventory and moving those items out. You never want to sit on inventory for too long or become too attached to it. I mean, we have stuff that we're going through inventory right now and calling items, stuff from like 2 years ago, and it's like, why do I still have this? So we're working through that, but that's just one way that we're getting rid of older items. We personally drop prices once a month, anything 90 days or older.
This one is a question about, Vic has a question about stain or something that needs treated. Do you take it home or take care of it? We kind of trade off on who takes things home and washes them would need be. My general rule of thumb is if you find something in the store that's stained, just don't. Unless you're like 100% sure you can get it out. Don't waste your time. That's time that you're taking, staying, fighting everything, every single item. If it's like a really high-end item that you're like, okay, I could still sell this even with this stain, but I'll try to get it out. That's always an option. But if we, for some reason, bring something back and then realize that it's stained, one of us generally tries to take it home and get it out if we can. If we don't, we either list it as is with the note on flaw and a price deduction, or we just toss it. And don't list the item instead.
We have 68 people watching and only 37 likes. Take a second and give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. It really helps promote our channel, and it's a free way that you guys can give back for the information that we're giving you.
I'm going through my, what's Cozy? Cozy thread boxes?
I think that might be, let me know. Somebody reached out to me on Instagram, although I do think that they're trying to keep that a little bit of a secret, but it's like their honey hole online of purchasing items. Somebody reached out to me about that.
This was last of 200, so many to donate, sad face.
Yeah.
She retracted. Sorry if you didn't want us to read that. I didn't mean to. I saw that it was retracted. I was like, no.
It's an online, it's a place they're sourcing from.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you buy from a thrift store, you're donating to a charity. I hate when people say you're stealing from the poor. We're literally giving to the charity by buying from it. Yeah, so like their mission isn't to just sell clothes. Like it's ultimately to help people get employed. So I try to bring that up as well.
The more sales that they make, the more money they make, the more that they can give back to their community. And you brought up a good point too, which is that they're literally reselling. So they're pulling items off of the sales floor. They have their own, usually
online store.
Yeah, usually when people give me grief now, I'm like, do you realize that Goodwill has their own eBay store? Salvation Army has their own eBay store. So like, don't.
Would you ever consider doing a mentorship program? Because I need help. Yes, I keep trying.
I feel like we talk about it, meaning her and I feel like we talk about it every day. We just had a very long conversation yesterday about potential things that we were looking at adding on. I think our next endeavor is going to be closet and store reviews. I know a lot of you guys have asked for that, and just time-wise, especially with all the changes we're going through right now, I can't commit to too much, but I will say in the works, we are looking at doing Poshmark closet and eBay store reviews. And then we are also not quite in the works yet, but we're discussing it, some kind of a mentorship program. But we just don't really know what that would look like. So if you guys want to participate in something like that, I will say that it would be paid. Like, we would have to be paid for our time to take time out of our reselling business and focus that energy into helping you guys out. But if that's something that you want, drop in the comments down below. If you're watching this later, drop in the comments down below of what you think would
You'd
help
like
you
to
the
see.
most. Like, do you want a private live where you guys have access to a live every week and we can talk through things? Do you want specific, like, private videos that we make once or twice a month? Do you want to be on a Zoom call with us? Like, what does that look like for you? Because I want to make sure that if we are going to take the time to do it, that it's beneficial for all of us and that you get the most bang for your buck and we can help you the most that we possibly can. So, or one-on-ones.
I will do my best to get her to commit by summer to at least doing a couple a month. We will see. I told her I would take a couple a month. She said she would do a couple a month. So
you're talking about reviews?
There. Yes.
Okay.
We will get there. I'm gonna commit to like July. By July, I will make sure that she is on it.
I think what we're gonna do, I hate to say this while we're on the live, but
do it.
I think
because then you're stuck.
I think what we're gonna have to do is, if we do closet reviews or whatever, that we're gonna have to do only one live Q&A a week, and then replace that other time with doing a closet or store review. Which, if I do that, we'll post it on YouTube with permission from the owner of the account, to help everybody else out as well. But in order to make that happen, the time has to come from somewhere, and we're just not in a place right now where we have extra time. So if we do that, we'll probably shrink it down to one Q&A.
Oh, Lisa's being my hype girl again. Shout out to Lisa. I don't buy anything that I have to put too much work into. I wash everything to list. I mean, I agree. If you have to put a bunch of time into it, what's the point? It's going to take you way longer to list it. How do you filter your items by date? There's actually a spot on eBay that you can click like listing date, and you can either do it newest or oldest.
Mm-hmm.
That Vic said that they got 200 pairs of shoes, but they weren't necessarily great. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's the thing with like online wholesale, online liquidation. Even if they're pre-owned items, most of that stuff a liquidation company or wholesale company is getting in bulk, which means that they're offering these same items to many resellers, and then all these resellers get it, and then they all go up at the same time, and you guys are fighting to the lowest price, which I guess works if you're the first person to get it up, but that's why we're very hesitant and picky on online stuff, just because the sell-through rate most of the time isn't there, and we don't want to end up in a place where we've got 200 items that we can't list that we paid for.
Megan says she would definitely be the first store review customer. She said it wouldn't have to be private or live. I could take any advice you could give me, and I would totally pay. There's a woman on TikTok who does it, but I don't trust her. That's why I was over here dying. It's hard, especially when you're trusting somebody with your business. Like, you want to make sure that the advice that they're giving you is actually going to make differences. And I get that. I agree. So yeah, I'm excited. And like, I keep trying to let her like put me out for a loan, but she just won't do it. So
I need her.
You just need to keep commenting like with the hashtag traveling Nikki. And I promise you, probably by next year, I'm going to make her let me at least take a couple mini trips to visit some people and do some like mentoring in your own town and help you find things. And she's probably looking real sad right now, but I like to travel, and
I'm down for it. If we've got everything handled here, I'm good.
But you can't be serial killers, because like I need to come home. I got a family.
Yeah,
so.
We need her back at some point.
They kidnap me, and you're like, I think she went to California last. I'm not quite sure. So we're caught up on comments for right now. I'm gonna give you guys a minute or so to ask us any other questions that you have. It is past 9:30 as usual. We keep saying we're committing to this time frame, but we don't. So if you have any other last minute questions, thoughts that you'd like us to talk about or go over, the only other thing we were going to bring up today was talking about things that we'd stop doing. But like I said, there's a lot of changes coming, and we can kind of go over that as we do more lives and what that looks like.
So in thrift, I just transfer money. I'm not considered an employee of my own business.
Oh,
Victoria, thank you so much. I did want to bring up her comment earlier too, just right before that, where she said, "I'd love a closet store review. I feel like everyone would just say I'm priced too high, but I don't think you would be like that." I don't know, but I'm gonna say if we do closet reviews and stuff, we are pretty blunt people. I feel like we present
disclaimer: you have to be able to take direct, harsh criticism because we don't have time to hold your hands while we tell you what's not working.
And honestly, it's not to be, obviously we present it in a professional and kind way, but we are going to tell you the truth. And I feel like if we truly want you to succeed, we're going to tell you the truth. And I feel like that's why I'm so hesitant to do reviews or mentorships, because I feel like a lot of people that do them now, they're trying too hard to be a feel good kind of thing, and I'm here to make money. That's what I'm here for. So
yeah, I mean, and I don't know, I'm a firm believer that you can like tiptoe around the situation and say, hey, so and so, this is what's going on, this is not working, blah 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 blah, you know, what are you thinking? Not me, like this is the band-aid, you just rip it off and you say, look, your titles suck, why do they suck, let's figure it out. Because it saves so much time, and I could give you more, I think, out, or both of us in general could give you more out of the time that we're taking to review your closet by just saying, hey, look, this is what I'm seeing, this is how I would correct it, so on and so on, and move forward. So
I really like I really like the idea. Yeah. I really like the idea of reviews too, because I think, you know, obviously we're human and we make mistakes. I think it'll help us round out and perfect our listings as well, because we'll be going over stuff and we'll be like, oh, I didn't think about that. Or like, we're not so great at this. So
do y'all go to thrift stores and the like, or do you also buy from Amazon, buy like the Amazon return boxes or liquidator places like the pallet? No, we do not. We only go to like thrift stores and secondhand stores.
We're doing like one at a time curated items essentially, and we're checking the sell-through rate of everything.
Yep. If you do pallets, I'm not going to say they're all bad. I've seen some people who have done them online and it works for them. We do not, because as we talked about that, whatever that website was called earlier, a lot of what you're getting is the same stuff as what other people are getting, and it's like a race to list. I'm going to call myself out. So I had a race to list on Halloween Squishmallows, and I thought, because Squishmallows, like, people would go nuts. Like, they would harass our employees for like months about these Squishmallows. So I ran to a store and bought every Halloween Squishmallow they had, because I was like, I'm gonna have them all. And we literally got them listed at the beginning. I still have like all but one, I think. And an employee's kid bought it, so I can't even really claim that as a win. But it's one of those things that it was a race to list. We didn't price competitively enough. Maybe we'll get lucky when Halloween season comes again this time. We'll get that opportunity to sell those. But we were looking at originally making like $150 profit on each one had we sold it. Now we're looking at making like $30 to $40 profit on each one, which is still great, don't get me wrong. But it was one of those things that so many people bought at the same time. Some people had better listings, some people had better pricing at the time, or were accepting offers, that we kind of got behind on the train. And that can happen often with pallet sales too.
Yeah. Heather said, hurry everyone and hit the like button. Yeah, hurry everybody and hit the like button before we get off here. Take a second. Victory also said, I just got that victory. Victoria also said, bluntness is good. I just noticed your prices are comparable to mine. I think, honestly, I think we price slightly higher sometimes than other people. And by slightly, I mean like $1 or $2. But I think that's because we have a very quality listing. We know that we're using searchable terms that are relevant. And we know that no matter what the price is, I guess, we're going to get the buyers to the items. So
And the returns and the measurements, like all of that plays into people buying your item over others,
we have
even
a
if it's
really
cheaper.
quality, solid listing. And then we also send out offers frequently, even on eBay, even though we have a buy it now. Remember, we're also dropping prices 90 days if it doesn't sell. And then every single time we have a watcher, I'm sending out bulk offers to watchers every single day for 10% off. So even though we're priced slightly higher, I say we're priced at market essentially, but we do send out offers. So just wanted to make sure everybody knew that.
Marilyn said, thanks, Julie's calm me down. I hear so much doom and gloom regarding online sales. I love to hear how y'all are crushing it. Keep up the great work. Thank you. But you're right. There is a lot of doom and gloom. The best thing you can do is keep your eyes forward, stop looking at what's going on behind you, and just keep pushing through it.
There's a lot of doom and gloom, especially this week, because there's a lot of reseller. I don't even know if I would call it. No, there is drama. There's like breaking news. I don't want to get into specifics, but like there's things going on with way bigger than mine, reseller channels, people getting their stores shut down through eBay. There's people coming back to YouTube in the reseller community that haven't been on for a while. People say there's scams and scandals, and there is just a lot of reseller drama going on right now, and we don't pay attention to like really any of that. I mean, we might talk about it and know what's going on, but we're not going to spend a whole day on it. We move on.
You have to.
A lot of doom and gloom right now.
You have to. And you can get so caught up in what everybody else is doing, but I would just tell you to put your blinders on, focus on you, be aware of what other people are doing and maybe what's working and not working for them, but don't scrap your whole business idea just because so and so over here has a better, or what you think is a better idea, because what works for them in their area may not work for you, and it can get really easy to get caught up in the negativity of what other people are going through. Focus on you getting better, being efficient, finding substantial items, and being a good business owner.
Substantial count one.
I had to add it. We didn't use it at all today. So
I love that word.
Mom always said, don't count your chickens before they hatch, and don't keep your chickens in one basket. You right.
Yep.
You're right. My mom would agree.
Yep.
Hands down. Okay, well, so in thrift. When you drop the price on eBay after 90 days, do you drop it on Posh? No. We do not.
We don't do much. Everything on Poshmark that we have is essentially, I hesitate to say the word automated because I know a bunch of people are going to be like, isn't that against Poshmark's rules, etc. But we, essentially everything we do on Poshmark is extra for us. Our main platform is eBay, and then secondly is Poshmark. Almost everything we have over there is like an automated, easy process. We use List Perfectly to cross post. That's for us now literally a couple clicks. Like,
it's so easy.
We have everything set up to easily cross post over there. We use Posture VA to share, to send offers. I mean, everything we don't really touch anymore besides cross posting the items over there. We don't participate in closet clear out. We don't do anything, and we're still making a ton of great sales over there. So link to both of those is down below in the description box. Try them out if you'd like, but we don't manually do really anything on Poshmark that requires actively participating in anything.
Tungsten says, not gonna pretend that I'll know what to pick up for ladies' clothes. Doesn't mean you have to pick up ladies' clothes. You could do men's if you wanted to. You could do men's jeans.
Anyways.
Yeah, men's honestly works out better. It's more cut and dry, less returns. Get things that you kind of know as a start with what you do know, and then scrap it and start over, because everything I knew was crap. Sorry. No, you're fine.
Someone said, must be nice out there today. I don't hear any rain hitting
your
roof.
Yeah, it's actually like it's supposed to be 71 or 72 today, which is really warm for us because it was like 34, 32 or 34 when I woke up this morning.
I went back and listened to part of that video after it posted, and I could totally hear
I need to do that.
Rain. It was like a dull lull. Like I probably would have fallen asleep if I were you guys listening to it.
But definitely rely on comps. Don't just go in. If you don't know, go into a section and literally comp every single thing, and then do your best to remember remember what those items were that you want to pick up. We were at 99.
Yeah.
Get your husband a part. Oh, it dropped to 96. Get your kids. Tell them to wake up. Get their phones out. Have them join because I need to hit 100 today.
We were
I need
so
to
close.
see it.
We've only been to 99. Someone has a really good question, but before we answer that from Sarah Norman, there are 96 people and 61 likes. Take a second and hit the like button. It helps our channel out. Sorry we say that so much, but it really does. It's a free way to support the channel and it helps boost this in the search.
94. Somebody woke their kid up. If I let my kids have phones, I would literally have. You know what? Hold on. I could have been that one person.
Some people left too. They must have.
They must be tired of me.
They're
like, so do you fill out every eBay listing? It feel like it takes me forever to list because of all the fields.
You fill out, yeah, every field. Essentially, to make a long answer short, I don't know what I just did with my hair. To make a long answer short, we fill out as many as we possibly can that are relevant. There are some drop downs that are not relevant, and we I don't want to say we never, but 99.99% of the time we never type in our own information into an eBay field. We always
Yes! 101. I'm so sorry, guys.
Sorry, there's 101 people watching. We just broke over 100. We never have. That's why she's excited. But essentially, we never type in our own information. We always use the eBay drop downs. I've explained before why we do that, but we do fill out as much as we can until we get to that part where it says additional details. We never really click into that and fill out the rest, but we do the required and we do the recommended. And honestly, doing that the first time when you first list it is the best thing you can do, because even though it takes a lot of time to fill those out, it will get your item to sell. Versus, you shortcut yourself, you get more items up, but you don't fill out the listing properly. Those items might end up sitting for months, and then you end up having to go back and fix them or drop prices. Like, you might as well spend the time now filling out as many fields as you can. And as we have been, because we didn't used to fill out all the fields, as we've been extremely thorough with that, we have noticed an uptick in sales on eBay for sure.
Yep, for sure. It says next live, go on Instagram that you're going live on YouTube with a clickbait title post and watch them come. That's on you.
Yeah, I honestly, I've seen quite a few videos about the reseller drama going on that are all clickbait titles. I mean, I guess not clickbait, they are talking about it, but I see a lot of reseller channels right now taking advantage of what to me is kind of a sad situation that I don't know all the details of, and I'm not going to pretend to know all the details because I'm not there. But I see a lot of people taking advantage a lot of the time of drama to boost views on their channel, and we're just not going to do that. We don't have the time to do that.
Nope, we got our own drama in our own lives. We don't need to add anybody else's, but okay, well, we're gonna leave it here today because we're gonna go reward ourselves with a short half spa day and margs since we did great this week.
Yeah, we're way ahead of schedule.
We're ahead of schedule. We broke sales, and one of the biggest things with business is we feel like rewards need to be given when we have worked our butts off. So we are gonna go reward ourselves with spa and marg time, and we will hopefully see you guys on Monday.
Yes. Oh, let me pre-warn everybody. We are going to have lives, I think, Monday and Friday next week. The following week, we probably will not have any lives. We've got a lot of things on the schedule, and I just am not sure.
We have our new hire coming, so
yeah, I'm just not sure if we can make that happen and be efficient. So next week, make sure you're on, because the following week we will probably have to skip lives. If for some reason we're able to do one on Friday, I'll make sure and put a notification out to you guys.
Okay. Thank you guys for waking up your families and making my whole day. You have put me on cloud 9. Enjoy your weekend. We love you.